Welcome to the Brown Girls Do Network live series podcast, where we celebrate the stories of inspiring women in their education, profession, and entrepreneurship. Join us today as we welcome the remarkable Shelby Rebecca Robinson, a powerhouse woman with a heart of gold and a passion for empowering others. As a devoted mother, seasoned professional, and advocate for personal growth and sensuality, Shelby brings a wealth of experience and wisdom to our conversation today. With a background in operations, quality auditing, and a knack for ensuring accuracy and excellence in all she does, Shelby is a force to be reckoned with in the corporate world. But that's not all. She's also the visionary behind Godivas Boudoir, a haven for quality, affordable, and pleasurable intimate products that aim to enhance personal experiences of pleasure and intimacy. Shelby's journey from Irvington, New Jersey to Rutgers University and beyond is a testament to her dedication and resilience. With a heart full of love for coaching, mentoring, and training, she not only excels in her career, but also uplifts others around her to reach their full potential. Join us as we delve into Shelby's story, her mission to empower individuals to embrace their sensual side, and her commitment to creating a safe space, a welcoming space for all to explore and celebrate their desires. I am Vanessa Williamson, the host of the Brown Girls Do Network live series podcast. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's talk about it. Hello. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Vanessa Williamson, the host of the live Brown Girls Do Network live podcast series. Today, I know you guys saw that title, Unveiling Sensuality, and we're going to talk about it. But before we do, I always got to talk about Brown Girls Do Network. We are a community of Black and brown women that are motivating, pushing, educating, and just growing up together in business. We love it here, okay? And that's what we say in our community. I love it here. So if you are interested in joining Brown Girls Do Network, come on, join us, message us, DM us, and we will definitely have a conversation, and we'll see if we are the community for you. Okay. But we're going to set that to the side for the moment. And let's get into this conversation that I am so excited to have with Miss Shelby Robinson. And let's bring her to the stage. Hey, ma'am.
Hey.
You getting it? You getting everything together?
Yes, getting everything together.
How you feeling?
Let's see. I'm feeling good.
You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Nice. So we are about to get into our conversation. And as you have seen, look, we got people commenting already. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Steph.
Yes. As you know, when I bring someone on to the platform, I always like to start with my best question. How was your day? And what have you done today to make the world a better place?
So my day was good. I think it was good because I chose to have a good day on purpose. I knew that I had the interview coming up today. So I just said that I was just going to give myself grace and just whatever happens. So I think I made the world a better place by giving myself grace. So,
okay. That works. That definitely works. Yeah. Because you giving yourself grace, it gives you the space, right? To just relax, be you, take all that pressure off yourself. And it is definitely nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. Because I'm learning the grace that I want to give myself. I'm learning to give the grace that I give others. I should learn to give myself too. So that goes twofold.
Oh my goodness. You know what? You just hit something right there, because when I'm speaking with people, and they're giving all of these people grace and patience and the benefit of the doubt, I always say, what about you? Have you given yourself grace? What about giving yourself the benefit of the doubt? You deserve it. You definitely deserve it. That doesn't mean not be accountable, but you still deserve yourself to have grace.
Absolutely.
So are you ready to get into this conversation?
I am.
Y'all see that picture back there? You see the picture? Not Michelle Obama in my background. We're talking about her background,
That's
which is
Godiva.
yes, that's Godiva.
That's Godiva back there.
Okay, we love Godiva.
Yes.
So I always like to start with letting people also know how did me and you meet. Okay, and I'm
Okay.
gonna start it, and then I'm gonna pass it over to you. So Shelby, actually, I've been knowing Shelby. I'm not even gonna say how many years. I'm gonna say we went to high school together. Okay, we went to high school together, and here's a little fact that a lot of people do not know about me. Irvington High School is where we both attended and graduated from. The years that I went to Irvington High School, okay, I graduated in 1990. Irvington High School decided to start a step team. And this was when everything, all of these high school step teams had just started. And I was on a step team with all guys, and I was the only female on the step team called PYT. The step team, her husband was on the step team. And I remember so clearly we would be in their courtyard practicing, and you would just be sitting over there, just just watching us practice and just chilling out or what have you. And you're a year older than us.
I am. So I wasn't able to take advantage of the step teams, even though I wanted to. It was
Right,
so
because it
dope.
started the year after you all left, and we used to
Absolutely.
actually tease Ronald a little bit, like you got you an older woman, you got you a senior, a older woman right now. So this is how I met Shelby, and from there, you and Ronald, which is very rarely you'll have high school sweethearts that actually continue on out of high school. I think it was like three couples that was dating in high school that actually got married and that just went on and still flourished, right? And you were
Absolutely.
one of them. So that was in 1990. What year did y'all get married?
98.
90. Oh, you guys didn't get married right away. You
No, no. We had
got
our first
married.
child in 94 and
Okay.
we got married in 98.
Okay. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look, and okay, good for you. So you all got married, and then what happened?
We got married. And I would say that I enjoyed being married. Like that was like that black love throwback type of love or whatever. The
Mm-hmm.
hard times, the struggle love, the get it out the mud, the we
Mm,
made it. It was just a beautiful thing. And even though I lost my partner, I'm grateful for the love that we shared because we started out young. We
mm-hmm.
grew up together. We had children, and we we made it. But unfortunately, Ronald did pass away in 2013 from heart failure.
Mm.
And that was a tough time because he was 40 years old, 40 years young, I should say. And I
Young.
was a year older than him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here with these two boys. My youngest was in the fifth grade, and my oldest was in his first year in college.
Mm.
So at that point, it was like, what now? What do I do? Um, all I can think about is when Ronald did get sick. I didn't realize I was grieving him as I was caring for him because I was, one of his sole caregivers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that those final years that we had together, he was pretty much grooming me to say, hey, he's always telling me I was soft on these boys or whatever, but he used to be kind of rough, how men are when they get sick. He was kind of rough, but I felt like he was grooming me to get a little bit of tough skin to take care of these boys because I guess he knew he was going to leave me here with these kids.
Mm.
So my main focus was making sure that they were good, making sure they were happy, making sure everybody was good, making sure everybody was happy when he passed away. I
Mm-hmm.
really didn't focus on myself, And as they started to grow up, I kind of put myself like in their lives, like football mom and everything they did. I'm up and down the highway, following. And then they grew up, and here I am, and it's like, now what? So here I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah, like now what? How old was the boys? And I'm going to tell you, I never knew why or the reason he
Mm-hmm.
passed.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember and I probably found out on Facebook because that was 2013, you said?
Yes, it was April.
If it was 2013, I
Mm-hmm.
was upstate New York at Fort Drum and really wasn't too much in contact with anyone, from home. And I remember it just being a shock. Like, what? Like, what? So I
Yeah.
never knew what happened,
Yeah.
or the story of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
How old was the boys when they passed away, when he passed away?
So JR had to be, if he was his first year in college. So how old was he? Maybe like 17.
19,
Andrew
18,
was
19?
something like that. Well, he's a
Okay.
November baby, so he could be.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And well, he's 29 now, and that was 10 years ago.
Okay.
So here we do. Let's do the math that way.
Okay. All
And
right.
Andrew, he was fifth grade, so I'm thinking he was about 11 years old. So it
Mm,
was tough for him. He didn't have, as much time as JR had with Ronald, so it was really
right.
tough on him.
How did he manage that as a young Black boy losing his dad? And I know he has his uncles, right? We know the
Absolutely.
uncles.
And when I
Uh-huh.
say that his uncles really, stepped in and stepped up
Hmm.
and really, became that father figure that he needed. He even lived with them, over summers and stuff like that. So that really, helped out a
Hmm.
lot. And still to this day, uncles step in. Even the coaches that Ronald coached with from Irvington, from Hillside, they all just stepped in, the Pop Warner coaches, and just embraced him and just
Nice.
never missed a beat with Andrew and gave him, the care that he needed. My family, everybody just stepped
Hmm.
in. I'm really grateful for my village.
And which is important, very important. I have a question. If he was 40, you must have been 41.
Exactly. Yes.
I cannot imagine. I have not experienced it. Now, my mom has experienced it, losing my dad at that age, and I couldn't understand it when I was in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of being in that space. I cannot understand it. And I really am asking you, how do you or how did you manage grieving your spouse at 41? Because you're young at 41. You still got your sass at 41, right? And now you have this title of I'm a widow. How do you and let's talk about that because this is, right? We're coming to the end of mental health month, mental health
Right.
awareness.
Mm-hmm.
How did how did you manage the grieving?
So it was challenging, I will say that, because congestive heart failure, that's not something that people at 40 really experience, right?
Mhm.
Like, you think that you're going to grow older with your partner, and as you grow older, you know that certain things happen, so you think that was something that would happen at the tail end of, your marriage.
Mhm.
So I really didn't know how to navigate it. I did seek therapy, but I was just there because I said to myself, okay, you need to get therapy, so figure it out. And no offense, it was like an older white woman
Mhm.
that I was dealing with, and I really didn't feel like I could relate to my therapist at that time. So it really wasn't that therapeutic for me. I also reached out to a widows group at JFK Hospital in Edison.
Mhm.
And again, wasn't my demographics, wasn't, there was no type of cultural, because again, everybody was older, 60 plus. And I'm like, this
Right.
young person, not, 40 something year old person sitting here trying to get counseling for what I needed, but that didn't work either. But I will tell you what worked. I have a network of women that ended up having losing their husbands at the same time that I did. My girlfriend Karen, She lost her husband at an early age as well. And she was pretty much like one of the I had, other girlfriends from high school, they had lost their partners too,
Mm-hmm.
so I was kind of like one of three in my core high school crew that have lost the sons of their father, so it was like, wow, again, it's a cycle that's repeating. But I do know I gravitated toward my girlfriend Karen. And one day I was just afraid to cry. I would not cry in front of my kids. I could not cry in front of my kids. And one day I just called her and I was like, I'm on, and she just said, come on, come on. And I was at her door. She opened her door. I sat down at her kitchen table. She poured me some wine and I just cried. And from that moment on, she said she had me. We bonded together. And lo and behold, it was like kind of like a domino effect. There was another young lady, even younger than us. She lost her husband. Then another one lost her husband. And we said, you know what? We have to get together and we have to get a widows group together because this is coming too common now. And we all can relate to each other and we can all help each other heal. And that's what we did. We tried to coin the name Widows Wear Stilettos because we were still young and spicy. So, that was our name off paper because there's another group on Facebook that has that name. We didn't want any problems, but that was like our mentality. Widows wear stilettos because we were young, we had lost our partners, and that really helped all of us in some shape, form, or fashion heal. Like there ended up being like 10 of us because we kept, taking people in. Somebody would say, hey, such and such lost their partner, whatever. Can they come? And sure, they would come. And it's a beautiful thing to see women come together. And it's like some come, like I said, I would never remarry. Some people didn't think they would ever date, but out of this 10, we have like 4 or 5 that have remarried. So
Mm.
our network is really, really good. And that's something that I really want to continue because we have gotten away from it. That is something that I really want to continue because I find that once I reach out to young women or people in general that have lost their partners and they have somebody that can understand what they're going through early, I can help them with the ins and outs. I always tell them, it's your journey, it's not mine, it's not cookie cutter. You have to do it your way. This is what worked for me. And then we just take it from there.
Wow. So the women, I'm thinking everybody lost their husband to different situations.
Yes.
And you all was able to bond together and support each other and lean on each other. That's a beautiful thing. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that's beautiful. And I'm thinking also when you said I went to therapy, but I really couldn't relate to my therapist. I'm huge on saying representation matters.
Mm-hmm.
Cultural sensitivity matters,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
just because you are a therapist does not mean you're going to relate to every patient. That does just because you have those credentials and that's what you went through. However, you found your people. When
Mm-hmm.
was the last time you talked with them?
We still have a group chat. So anytime something happens, we just stick it in the chat, say, hey, this is going on, my kid's graduating, or I'm getting married, or anything that's going on, we still have that network, which is really good. We try to get
Okay.
together like every quarter to like have like dinner and just catch up. But life happens, but we still have that group chat where we
Okay.
get together.
Now, did you say you would never get married again?
When I came out the gate, that's what I said. I said, oh, I'll date, but I'll never remarry. And my
But you'll
best
never
friend, she was
remarry.
like, yeah, okay, that'll change, that'll change. But um, that's how I felt. I just felt like I didn't know if I wanted to go through something like this again.
Mm-hmm.
As I grow older, I know that I do want companionship. Do I want to get married? I'm not sure. I always said if the person that I meet has never gotten married, has never been married, I would marry them. But if they've been married before, I don't know. But
Really?
yeah, I'll never say
Shelby,
never. But
you just
yeah.
like knocked off about 70% of the men in our age group. But let me make sure I heard this correctly. If you meet a man and he has never been married before,
Mm-hmm.
he is a candidate. But if you meet a man and he has been married before and he's divorced, he could be divorced, he could be widowed, like, right? He can be a
Right.
widow. He's completely out of the running. Is that what you're saying?
I think that is what I said, but I think that stems from fear of not finding that person. So
Okay.
I will be honest. I would remarry. I would. I would. As I grow older, I change. But
Hmm.
I think I came out the gate saying that for fear that I wouldn't find another partner.
Okay. All right. However, that model is changing. So then are you dating?
I I am. I am.
Okay. You are dating. All right. How does your boys feel about you dating? Or they're like, "Mom, come on. Come on. You got to date. You need to you need to see somebody."
We don't talk about it. They don't
Oh.
know what I do. I move in silence. So I've never brought anybody home.
Okay.
They have met people that they don't know I was dating, like in like random places. But it's not like
Okay.
this is Mr. John, my partner or whatever. It's not like that. I
You
remember one time when my youngest was still he might have still been in elementary school, like almost going into high school. I told him, I said, mommy's gonna start, dating when you go off to college. I said, he's like, no. I'm like, yes. He's like, no. I said, you just want mommy to just sit around and be by herself forever? He's like, yeah. So he wasn't feeling it back then. I used to try to fill him out to see.
uh-huh.
But I think they would be okay. I think they would be okay now.
How old
We
is your
just
youngest now?
He is 22.
I think he'll be okay. I
Yeah.
think they will be
Well,
because you even got a grandbaby at
right. The
this
thing is, we
point.
worry about them, but kids are so resilient. Like they have their lives. Mama got to have a life too. So
And they understand that. I'm sure they
yes.
understand that.
Hmm.
So let's that's hilarious when you're saying he's like, no, you'll be fine to be by yourself because none of them are in the home with you right now.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's I want to take go to the left really fast. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let's talk about I've seen and I had in your intro this celebration you had over the weekend. You graduated from Essex County Community College. However, you also went to Rutgers. What,
Yes.
yeah, and what did you graduate in? Because all of a sudden these beautiful pictures start showing up on my timeline with you in this cap and gown. I stole one of them that I was like, I just love this picture.
Thank you.
Start popping up with all of these other, all of these people and their kids graduating and everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, we knew you was taking classes. We did know
Mm.
that. Okay, so tell us about this journey. What made you go back to school and what did you graduate with? What Tell me about that.
So I always felt like Shelby Robinson should have a degree, right? So, but when I graduated high school, I went to Rutgers Newark, and I didn't finish. I did maybe like 3 or 4 semesters, and that was it. I ended up working, ended up getting pregnant, and started my family, started my life. I ended up landing a job at a really good insurance company, and the money was good. So
Mhm.
instead of me going back to school, I got attracted to the money, and then I started to grow within the company, and that was it. But back then, it was different. I feel like we stayed on our job. Once you got a job, you got a job. You stayed on that good job forever, and that was it. But then times change, and you needed the college degree in order to go along with, in order to get
Mhm.
ahead. But I was being a mother to my kids, and I wanted them, to do well in school, and I wanted them to go to college. And I always said, I'm going to go to college when my oldest goes to college so I can finish with him so we can graduate together. It never happened with my oldest.
Mm.
So, okay. And I kept saying, I'm going to go back. I enrolled in school. I I would enroll, I would apply, but never enroll in classes.
Mm.
So as my youngest started getting to the end of his journey, I was like, okay, it's time for me to figure out something for myself. What is my purpose? Because I really didn't know what I was doing, but other than being their mother. So I enrolled in Essex County College, and I was like, okay. And I didn't tell anybody until my first semester was over, that I enrolled, because I wanted to make sure I did it, because I have a habit of starting stuff and not finishing. And I didn't want to say, oh, I'm in school and then not finish or whatever. So once I finished that first semester, I got under my belt. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm in school. And it really was life changing, because I was doing it for personal gratification. Because, like I said, Shelby Robinson should have a degree. If it helps my career, that's a plus. I'm really hoping that it will enhance my career, but it's more for something that's on my bucket list, something that's on my heart, something that's for my purpose. And now that I finished my associates in science and business administration from Essex County College, I applied to several schools in order to continue to obtain my bachelor's, and I will be returning to Rutgers Newark in the fall to obtain my bachelor's.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so that means you applied to Rutgers Newark and you didn't tell anyone, and they're just thinking you're just putting along, and you're actually about to start at the university to finish your bachelor's. Listen, it's okay. We will slow down. You didn't stop. You just paused a little bit, right? And you came
Absolutely.
right. You just paused a little bit and you came back to it. Kiva said that is so awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. And with that, like, even because I have a tendency to play small, right? So people will say, "Oh, you're back in school, whatever," and I'd be like, "Oh, it's only my associates. It's only my associates. It's only my associates."
Mm-mm.
My girl one day, my girlfriend, she was like, "Stop saying that." She was like, she said, "We celebrating everything. Everything is a major accomplishment." She said, "It wasn't for you back then to get it then.
Mm-hmm.
This associate is good for you." And I'm saying, okay, yeah. So I'm looking at it like this, because if I would have gone full steam ahead at a 4-year institution, I might have been burnt out. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not. So now that I have this associates, I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I told my girlfriends over the weekend, I'm going back for that little girl, Shelby Andrews, that was on that campus in Rutgers Newark back
Yes.
in 1990, and
Mm-hmm.
let her know, listen, we got this. Come on, girl, let's go ahead. Let's finish this journey together. Let's get this bachelor's degree.
Yes, grab her hand and let's do it. Let's keep it going. Yes. Right, Pam? Pam said congratulations and keep going and celebrate every milestone. That's not a small milestone. That's a huge milestone. And from here, they get bigger and
Ooh,
better and
ooh,
bigger and better.
ooh. Working full time and going to school full time is not easy. I'm
You know
seasoned.
that it's not easy, but you know what? You got it. You can definitely do it. You can
Thank you.
definitely
Thank
do
you.
it. Congratulations, Shelby. And your pictures are absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Me myself, I started at community college as well. And it made me feel like the little engine that could.
Mm-hmm.
Right. When you
Mm-hmm.
start at community college and you're like, okay, I can do this. And I'm actually enjoying this. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that you're deciding to keep going. Good for
Thank you.
you.
I thought I would
So,
be out of place. I didn't mean to cut you off,
uh-huh.
because, like I said, I'm seasoned, but I found that the younger students, I learned from them as well. I learned so much from them. They're so innovative, and they are really going to take the world by storm. So I'm glad that I was able to interact with them as well. It really helped me a lot.
I love it. What is going to be your major at Rutgers?
I'm going to do continue with business administration,
You're going to
but I'm
continue with
gonna
business.
do a concentration in leadership and management.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Very inspiring, Shelby. Kiva is loving your story. You
Thank you, Godiva.
posted under your Instagram post, I'm ready to tell my story.
Hmm.
Are we into the story or do you want to start with the story?
I think we're into it. I think
Okay.
we're into it.
We're into the
I
story.
think we're into it.
Now, You have to refresh my memory because I cannot for the life of me, okay, remember because ladies and gentlemen, Shelby is actually in New Jersey. Where are you at? In Newark,
In
Irvington?
Newark.
In
I'm in
Newark. She's
Newark now.
in New Jersey right now. I'm up here in Hudson Valley, New Windsor, New York. Shelby is an official member of Brown Girls Do Network. How did we make this happen?
I,
For you to come up.
I think because you kept posting,
Uh-huh.
the group it was just so dope, and it was just like I have to be a part of that network. It was like the energy in the group, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody was so inspiring. And as a person who's just starting out in business,
Mm-hmm.
I saw individuals and places of where I wanted to go. So I knew that if I get with this group, I know that I can get the help that I need. And there was like no gatekeeping. Like I could just tell that everybody was just open and, oh, you want to do this? Okay, XYZ, sharing ideas. And I didn't mind traveling, and I just love the energy of it.
Oh man, that's good. I love it because you came in, and I love the fact when we did the headshots, you said to me, and I quoted this before, you said, you know what, in 2024, I made a commitment that if I sign up for something and if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And you have stuck to that. And actually, I kind of adopted that myself and said, if I sign up for something, I'm going to do it. I
Mhm.
am committed. If it's on the calendar, I'm committed to do it.
A lot of times that goes back to fear again, because remember when I scheduled my appointment to do my shots with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was ready. So remember, I called you on the way. I was on in my car on the way, and I was like, Vanessa, I'm going to be late, but if you need me to cancel, it's okay.
She
It's
was
okay.
trying to
I'll
get out of it.
cancel. Okay, but you said, come on, come on. So, and I'm glad I did, because that moment right here was very life changing for me. It helped me with my self esteem. It helped me see myself in a different light. It showed me that I am a beautiful Black woman, no matter what size, no matter what color, no matter what. That I'm beautiful, and I needed that. That was really life changing for me for my self esteem and everything. So thank you for that. You have a gift with your photos. I'll tell everybody, you have to experience one of these photo shoots with Vanessa. It's amazing. So
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much. That photo shoot was so much fun, and you rocked that thing out. And me and Danisha was like, we just didn't understand where the hesitancy was, because when she came into the studio and she started turning into these characters, and then everything that came out of it was just absolutely beautiful. And I absolutely love your complexion. I love our complexion. I just love the chocolate about it, the melanin. And it was just, oh my God. And the black, you wearing the black was just absolutely beautiful, breathtakingly beautiful. So
Thank
listen, when she did call me, she was like, I'm not ready. No, matter of fact, the first conversation, she was like, I don't know. I want to wait. And I'm like, waiting for what?
you. Know what that was?
Uh-huh.
I wanted to lose weight.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. And she tried to get out of it, y'all. She called me in the car talking about, we can cancel. No, no. Me and Danisha, we're sitting here. We're waiting for you. And we're not leaving. We was waiting for you. And I'm so happy that you followed through with it.
Mhm.
Definitely happy you followed through with it. So she did this photo shoot, and this was like a branding photo
Mhm.
shoot for you
Yes.
for your business. And
Yes.
we need to talk about this business. This business is serious business. The business at the time, you was on multi-level marketing at the time. Who was you was working with?
That was with Bedroom Candy.
Bedroom Candy. If you guys are
Yes.
familiar with Bedroom Candy, and if you're not familiar with Bedroom Candy, you need to be familiar with Bedroom Candy, but we're about to introduce you to something else. We're
Yeah,
about to
Bedroom Candy
introduce.
is good. That's
Go
Candy
ahead.
Bears. So it's good. It's good.
Uh huh. However, how did you do with bedroom candy? What matter of fact, what made you go into doing bedroom candy? What got you there?
So I had initially started out with my own brand, Godivas Boudoir. And I had all the, the backdrops, and I had my logos, I had my business cards, I had everything. I just didn't have the products, and I wasn't really sure how to find the vendors to get the products that I needed. And I wasn't really sure about the marketing and all of that stuff like that. So I sat on that for a couple of years. And then I ran into a coworker who was a bedroom candy consultant. So I said, you know what? Let me just sign up with this just to get my feet wet to see how it works, and then just see how it goes from here. So that's what I did. So I signed up with Bedroom Candy in 2020, and it went well. I had a really good upline. She trained me, she showed me the ins and outs, she showed me everything. But I don't know, like I still had that yearning in me to have my own. And
Mm.
I think what really did it for me was when we tried to promote on Black owned New Jersey, our information,
Mm-hmm.
and our post got denied. Well, my post got denied because they said no multi-level marketing, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
they only wanted Black owned businesses. So I was like, well, I want to be a Black owned business. So
Mm.
that made me say, okay, take what you learn, and you already have your brand. That's where your passion is. That's where your heart is. Go out and do it on your own. So I ended up getting back in school. So that kind of took me away from the business. But I'm glad that I'm in Brown Girls Do Network, because it still gives me the motivation that I need to say, hey, you want to, you need to get your website done. You need to get your products done. You need to get your, whatever resources that I need, I can do it with Brown Girls Do
Mm-hmm.
Network. But now that I'm out of school for a second, I'm going to go ahead and get Godivas Boudoir, back on board, because I want to
Okay.
be my own Black owned business.
And as you should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with multi-level marketing. We can learn a lot from multi-level marketing. However,
Yeah.
it's nothing like having your own business as
Yeah,
well.
because with that, it's like you have to. It's like you make more money bringing people in, and I didn't want to do that. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I got an opportunity for you. That's not me.
Mm.
That's not me. I'd rather have a product, sell the product, tell you the benefits of it and stuff like that. I'd rather get my money that way than to just try to bring 1,000 people in just to keep making money off of people. So
So
nothing
we
wrong with multi-level marketing, but that just wasn't for me.
it's not for everyone. So we do have some people listening who are not familiar with bedroom candy, who are not familiar with what we're talking about. What do you sell? Can we talk about that? So we're going to talk about what is actually in the toolkit of bedroom candy.
So it's pretty much pleasure products, sex toys, lubricants.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she also has beauty and bath products, stuff like that. But it's mostly like the business of pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a hard business to be in, especially being a mom, because people kind of look at you like, oh, you do those kind of parties and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of where I got in my own way too, as
Mm-hmm.
far as my promoting and stuff like that. But I have to realize sex is a part of life, right? It's what we
That's how
do.
you
I
became
mean,
a mom.
exactly. And it's not to replace, it's to enhance. And
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, being a young woman, losing my partner, I still, had needs. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So that played hand in hand in me getting through my life too. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it really did play a part of it, because I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
tie that back to um, being single and being young and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is you don't want to just be with anybody at that time. You're vulnerable. you don't want to just be all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
so that is really something that can help sustain a single woman. And that is what I want to promote to the world, the beauty of it, the healthy part of it, not, I don't want to, it could be whatever you want to make it. If you want to make
Mm-hmm.
it whatever, it could, kinky or whatever, it can be whatever you want it to be. But I want it to be more of an educational type thing. And I don't want it to be frowned upon,
Mm.
looked at as being dirty or whatever. So that's my goal of my business.
And that's the goal of Godiva's Boudoir.
Yes.
when when you started selling, right? And I heard you say, you know what, I got in my own way because I felt like, because I'm a mom, I'm selling these toys. And yeah, right. That's how you became a mom. Sex is a natural thing.
Right.
And actually pleasing and pleasuring yourself is not a bad thing at
No.
all. With the toys, though, you can pleasure yourself with your partner as well,
Absolutely.
with the toys, and it's okay. I think it's more so about just finding the audience that's comfortable with
Right.
having the conversation, finding the audience that is comfortable with their own body, and exploring their own body. And I highly recommend people should explore their own bodies and know what works for you and what does not work for you.
Absolutely, because as a single person, you still need to know what you need and what you like, right? So
Hmm.
that when you get with your partner, you can express, this is what I need and this is what I like. And a lot of the time, some couples hit a roadblock. Some
Hmm.
men get intimidated with women that want to bring toys in their bedroom because they think it's going to be a replacement, but it's actually not. You
Not.
know what I mean? It's to enhance, because after you've been with somebody for a long time, you need to keep it spicy. You need to keep things going. So you want to
Uh-huh.
add that, extra item to the bedroom, it really is going to come in handy.
How is the business going? Because you left Bedroom Candy.
Hmm.
And if I'm understanding this correctly, you left because it was basically revealed to you that, you know what, it's time for you to really do your own thing. Being
Right.
under, right, if you want to be taken serious on Facebook world, you
Hmm.
have to have your own business. Did you start Godiva's Boudoir, and did you finally, because we had a matter of fact we had an event here in my backyard, and you
Hmm.
came up to, and you was like, listen y'all, I'm trying to off brand off this stuff that I got from Bedroom Candy so I can get more products of your own. Have you legitimately, or have you started Godiva's Boudoir? Are you out there selling Godiva's Boudoir?
I'm not. Actually, what I'm trying to do is I found my vendors. I'm just trying to find the products that are really hot.
Mm,
And one thing about me, um, I'm kind of afraid to fail, right? So I might not put myself out there. People might be like, "Well, why didn't you tell me? Because you're not with it." Blah, 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 blah.
mm-hmm,
If you don't say anything, their closed mouths don't get fed. So I did have a promotion that I had, and I see people on Instagram all the time. Like, you see, like, people when they come out with stuff, and you think that on their first sale they sell out or whatever. But
mm-mm,
this promotion that I just had, because I'm selling the rose now, because the rose is everything.
mm-hmm.
I didn't have any sales, but I was like, okay, I just have to regroup, pivot, and figure out what I can do. Like you said, it's about finding your audience
Mm-hmm.
and finding, where to put your products. And I have to get out of my own way again, because of the type of product that it is. I'm afraid to say to the world, this is what I have. So it's on me if I don't, get it done, but I'm ready now. My mindset is clear. I know that it's my time to shine and it's my time to be successful, and I'm ready.
Okay. Do you really believe that?
I do.
Okay.
I honestly do, because for me to get on here and talk about my business, this is big. This
Okay.
is big, because how else am I going to grow if I don't talk about it? So I'm ready.
Absolutely. So when I say, do you really believe that? I said that because of this. You are in a network with 35 women, right? You're not asking 35 women to buy a rose. However, you can ask 35 women in a poll, what is the number one product or what would you be interested in purchasing? You have 35 women, you can do a research study on, our group is a private group. Everyone else is not going to know what we're talking about unless they're in Brown Girls Do Network.
Right.
So if you're ready, we're here to support you. We're here to encourage you. And we're definitely not going to let you stop at all. So if you are really ready to like leap over fear, step over fear, stomp fear out, let's do it. Put it in the group. Hey, ladies, do y'all like the rose? Do you like this? Do you like that? Whatever you have in there, put the pictures up. We like to see pictures because we may not know what this thing is, right? We got to see the visuals. And
Right.
marketing is not easy though. It's not easy. And I don't know how social media marketing works when it comes to toys. Now, have I seen the rolls all over the place? Yes. Have I seen lubricants where people were putting on their fourth page? Absolutely. So I'm guessing you can't really just put it out there.
Right.
However, you listen, use us, use the network, use the network. Even though you have 35 women, you got to get out of your own way. And for you to be on here, you just told the world you're selling sex toys. You do know that, right?
Oh God, yes.
You just did it. How do you feel telling the world you sell sex toys?
I actually feel good. I really do. I feel good. I do.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna definitely be like, okay, Shelby, what you got? What you got? Because you got the
Okay.
all right. So wait a minute. You said you found your vendors, right? Okay, you found your vendors. When are you gonna make that first purchase?
That I don't know. I'm still on this graduation high, so I'm still trying to get grounded and get back to business, get back to normal. But
This may be the time because you're on a graduation high. You're in
I
a good
think
place
so.
right now.
I
Mm-hmm.
think so.
So yes, now is the time. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play a quick game. We're gonna play a game called This or That.
Okay.
Okay. All right. This or that. And audience, I want you guys to chime in as well. This or that. Silk or satin sheets? Which do you prefer for a cozy night in at Godiva's Boudoir? Silk or satin sheets?
I'm gonna say satin.
You're going to
Satin
say
is just
satin?
sexy to me. Yes. Hmm.
Satin's just sexy. It's just sexy. Candles or fairy lights? What's your go-to choice for setting a romantic ambiance in your intimate space?
Absolutely candles because
Candles?
yeah, the massage oil candles because you can massage, you can melt them down and use them
Um,
as
n-
as a
no, I
massage
don't know.
oil.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
What are you talking about? What
Yes,
what
there are several types of candles. Some people want the candles for the heat, for that kink part or whatever.
mhm.
But they also have massage oil candles where it melts down. You light it, prior to your session or whatever, and melt it down, and then you can use it as a massage oil. That's definitely something I'm looking to make for myself. So
Oh,
that's next on
you
my
have to
agenda
make
as
it.
well.
You're not like purchasing it from a vendor. You're making it yourself?
I want to make those. Yeah.
Okay.
I have my shea
Check.
butter, my coconut oil. I have everything. I just got to add my essential oils. I'm working on my formula now, so that's
Okay.
coming.
Check Lafayette in for that.
Okay.
For those candles. Okay. Here we go. Here's another one. And you probably just answered this one. And ladies and gentlemen, this one is massage oil or body butter. Which product from Godiva's Boudoir would you recommend for a sensual self-care routine? Massage oil or body butter?
Hmm. I think I might go with body butter.
Body butter.
Yeah, body butter because I think it would. I like the way body butter tends to smell, and I like a natural
Mm.
like smell when getting intimate. I like a Egyptian musk type scent. I
Mm.
think that is like
Man's man.
yeah. I like that.
Yes.
So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
They chiming in too. Kiva said massage oil. Shamika even said the oil. Shamika said on the last one, the candles. What else? Oh, satin sheets. We got silk sheets.
Okay.
Okay. Here's another one. Red wine or champagne? What's your drink of choice for a sophisticated evening of indulgence and pleasure?
Champagne.
Champagne. Y'all
Champagne.
can keep that champagne, man. Give me the red
Mhm.
wine. Oh my gosh.
Champagne.
Champagne. Oh,
Red wine gonna put me to sleep a little bit. But I
champagne
like the
gonna make me bubbly
champagne
in the stomach.
for the bubbles.
Oh my gosh. What
Excuse
she
me.
say? Shonda said satin. Oh, what she said the candles. Okay.
Mhm.
And what we got here? Shamika said the right red wine, champagne. No, we'll drink the champagne for your graduation celebration of mimosas or something. All right. Oh, what she said? Champagne. I mean, the last one. Okay, ladies. Lace lingerie, lace lingerie, or
Mhm.
a silk robe when it comes to feeling confident and sexy. Which do you feel embodies your personal style at Godiva's Boudoir? Lace lingerie or a silk robe?
Hmm. That's a good one. Help me out, audience. Lace lingerie.
What makes you all feel sexy? Okay. Don said, lace me, please. Okay, Shamika said lace.
I'm gonna do the silk robe.
You're gonna do the silk
Yeah, I'm
robe.
gonna do the silk
Keep
robe because it's not gonna stay on long. So the
oh,
silk robe.
okay. All righty. I like
Yeah,
that. Very sensual. Okay, you're gonna do the silk robe.
yeah,
I'm with you. I'd rather do the silk robe. Just untie, let the thing just drop. Right. The
absolutely.
lace lingerie, that's just too much. That's too much. Okay. And what is she saying? The body butter. Shonda said the body butter. Okay. So, Shelby, what, as we're coming down, it's already been an hour we've been on here. As
Mm.
we're coming down to our hour, you've already referenced and said, you know what, I'm going to go back to Rutgers and I'm going to grab that little girl's hand and I'm going to tell her to come on. We're going to go ahead and finish this journey. However, you also have a little girl back there that did not start business, right? There's a young Shelby out there that
Hmm.
always wanted to start a business. There's a young
Hmm.
Shelby out there that didn't really know how to navigate the world
Hmm.
um, as a young widow. There's a young Shelby out there that said, I'm never getting married. Okay.
Hmm.
Knowing what you know now, and you already know that there's going to be a lot more young ladies out there that's going to lose their spouse at an early
Hmm.
age. Okay. There's
Hmm.
going to be young ladies out there that's going to say, you know what, college is too hard, or I just don't want to do it right now. I'd rather do this. There's going to be young ladies out there who just don't even know how to navigate or even start a business, or even thinking, you know what, I'm not good enough. What
Hmm.
would you tell that young lady today, knowing everything that you know now? What would you say to her?
That's a really good question. Whew. I'm not even sure if I know how to answer that directly, but I
Mm-hmm.
know that I know that therapy helped me be the person that I am today, right? I've gone to therapy two separate times since I lost my husband. Even after the widows group, I've gone to therapy to help me with different things. Um, once I went because I wanted to go to therapy because I wanted to make sure my boys were good. I didn't want anything to show up in their adult lives that would hinder them from being productive adults, right? But I didn't know how to draw them to therapy. So when I reached out to the therapist, I told her why I wanted to come to therapy. She told me to put my oxygen mask on first, do what I needed to do to heal for myself, and then go out and tell my boys how therapy helped me, right? When I did that, I uncovered some stuff from my childhood that had me in the imposter syndrome world, or had me in a place where I was starting and not finishing because of fear and stuff like that. And that really helped me with the person that I am today. And I think that I know I'm not the first, I know I'm not the last person to go to school and get a degree. So I don't want anybody to be like, oh, she acting like she the first person. I'm not. I drew my strength from watching other people before me do this. So being around the right circle, being around the right people can help you grow and give you the confidence that you need to say, hey, this is what I need to do to grow. And that's what I did. I surrounded myself with people who did it. That gave me the motivation to grow. And like I said, I'm not the first and I'm not the last. So I know that there's going to be somebody behind me that may want to be in the situation that I'm in, because people have reached out to me and said I've motivated them to go back and stuff like that. And I'm great. I'm so grateful for that. It really is humbling for somebody to say that I inspired them. So as I climb, I will lift. I will, reach back for anybody that needs an inspiration, that needs any type of guidance or whatever, and try to bring them along the way too. But I know that none of this is possible without God, right? I stood on Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. That was my backbone getting through life. And I realized that once I depended on him and let him just guide me through whatever I needed to do, if I would get overwhelmed, I would close my eyes and say, I trust you, Lord. And that is what really got me to where I am today. I've also learned to let things be what they are and not try to make things be what they're supposed to look like. And once I did that, once I let go, once I let God and said, this is it, take it or leave it, my life got so much better. So here I am today, ready to stand on business, ready to take this world by storm, ready to be Shelby Robinson, not just Andrew and JR's mom. I'm ready for the world. And if I hit a roadblock, I'll just pivot and try to figure out another way to get around it. But this is not the end. This is just the beginning for Shelby Robinson.
Yes, amen. I love it. I love it. Before I let you go, I want to read some of these comments that are coming in on Instagram. Don 176. Who is that? Do you know who that is? He says, never mind what others say, Shelby. Count all of your wins. Never forget to pat yourself. Oh, this is good. Never forget to pat yourself on the back for your accomplishments. Absolutely. Even if no one does, you pat yourself on the back for your accomplishments. Let's see. He also said, we love you, Shelby. Yes, I love it. I love it. Mm-hmm. Shelby, you are definitely, we always are told as Black women, you're a strong woman, right? Mm-hmm. And we're also getting into that place where we don't want to be strong all the time.
Right.
However, we're in places that we have to be, right? To keep going. And right now you are walking in your strength. Not in your strength that because you have to take care of everything, but in your strength because you know it's time for you to keep pushing yourself and keep going. And girl, we got you. Listen, you got us over here. You got a group up here, up here, Hudson Valley. You got your group of women down there in Jersey. And we are all so proud of you. You're beautiful, right? You're accomplishing it. Use us for your research studies. Listen, because we do want to buy some toys, okay? We would like to. we would like to do that. So what did Shamika say? She said, turn your problems into purpose and your purpose into promise.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
Shamika's always going to drop you a quote. Always going to drop you a quote.
Thank you, Shamika.
Yes. And before we go, what is this? Show up for you. Yes. Show up and trust the process.
Mhm.
So we are about to end. What did it say? Don sounds like Tony, but with a D pause. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Shelby, I would like to say thank you very much for coming on this live Brown Girls
Oh,
Do
it's
Network live
Donnie.
series with me. Is what is Donnie? Oh,
It's
like Tony.
Donnie, the
Okay, got
trainer.
it. Thank you very much for coming on this platform. I appreciate you, telling us about definitely a little bit about you. I hope this made you feel a little bit more comfortable now since you have told the world what you're going to be doing, because we will be hitting you up for some of what you will be doing, and that is adult toys. Is nothing wrong with that. So we don't even have to act like we don't know what we're talking about. Is there anything, lastly, before we close, you want to share your social media platform? Is there anything you would like to share? Anything you have coming up that you want people to know about?
Okay, so I want to thank you first of all for giving me this opportunity to share a little bit of my story. Whatever, excuse me. Share a little bit of my story. I really needed this to, just open up and get a fresh start. My
Mhm.
social media is Godivas Boudoir on Instagram. I don't have a Facebook page yet. And I'm looking to host a sip and see in New Jersey because, like you said, you are
Yes.
all the way in New York. I travel like an hour to get to you guys, but we've
And
been
we're going to
trying.
travel hour to you.
Yes, we've been trying to get something started for New Jersey. So that is definitely something I want to get done before the end of the year.
Absolutely. Listen, it's enough women down there for it to be a Brown Girls Do Network down in Jersey, in your area. And y'all down there doing it. Definitely down there doing it.
Hmm.
Is there something else you want to share? Something else you would like to share with the audience?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right.
No questions out there, right? We don't have
Any questions out
to
there,
pass the
ladies and
time. No
gentlemen? Does
questions, right?
anybody have any questions before we end this live? All righty. Shelby, please sit tight and I will be right back. Thank you
Okay.
again.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on this live journey with us to talk with and just to get to know a little bit about, Godiva's Boudoir, Miss Shelby Robinson. As you know, life sometimes does get in the way. Sometimes fear gets in the way, but that's okay. When you can identify it, that means you can address it. Not until if you never identify it, then you will not address it and you'll always be walking in fear. Thank goodness she has identified it. And guess what? Oh, girl is kicking fear out of the way. Again, I am Vanessa Williamson, the host of the Brown Girls Do Network live series podcast. If you are interested in coming on to our platform, we would love to have you. Also, before I go, Brown Girls Do Network, we are actually having our very first Brown Girls Do Network, hosted by Brown Girls Do Network, our Empower Her Expo. And that will be October 12th at the Newburgh Armory. Starting June 9th, we will be looking for vendors. At this time, we actually will have vendors, food trucks, we will have a panel discussion, workshops, and we'll also have a podcast corner. So this right here will be going to the Empower Her Expo, and it will be hosted by Stephanie Morrison on the day of our expo. We also have our tea party coming up. If you are interested in joining Brown Girls Do Network, coming to our tea party is actually the best thing to do. It is fast approaching. It is on June 8th. If you're interested, you can go ahead and purchase a ticket in the link in our bio or our website, browngirlsdonetwork.com, and come and hang out with us. Listen, we like to have a good time. We are professional women. We're entrepreneur women, but we're also human women that we love to have a good time. And we will definitely love to have you in our presence. So if you're interested, please come and join us. In the meantime, let me go ahead and play my exit. And thank you very much for joining us. Brown Girls Do Network see us next Wednesday, where we will be talking to Kiva Pittman, actually, next Wednesday at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Have a good night.